Okay, so we are at 10 o'clock, so we'll get started. Thank you everyone for joining this morning. Today we are looking at e-learning. So part of our platform, we offer you to be able to offer e-learning to your customers and delegates. So we'll get straight in. We'll cover first off some information about the module, how it works, and then we'll jump into the platform. So it won't be death by PowerPoint. We'll jump into the platform and actually see how it actually works in practice. The Q&A and chat boxes are open. If you've got any questions along the way, please pop them in there. We'll try and get to them throughout, or if not, we'll answer them at the end. So the aim of today's webinar is to understand how accessplanit handles e-learning packages and what we can do to help you deliver those e-learning courses. So e-learning within the platform, just to cover off what e-learning is, I'm sure most of you know, but it's a type of course that the delegate completes through the online learner portal. Because of this, there's no need for a trainer or a venue or specific start and end times. So you can have it as an open course that people can join whenever you have it on sale and can start at any point. So through the platform, we use e-learning packages. So all packages must be SCORM compliant. This is the only form that we accept. People have asked in previous years or months gone by if we accept things like videos. We don't. It has to be SCORM compliant. If you can create a video in a SCORM package, perfect. You can upload that. But you can't accept anything like videos. Has to be SCORM. The reason for that is SCORM is an industry recognized standard for e-learning. So we've just gone in line with exactly what's in line with the industry to use SCORM. There's reasons for it because of what it can pass back to the platform and how it can update scores and statuses, which videos wouldn't be able to do. And if you're new to this, making SCORM, we recommend using SCORM 2004, but we also do support SCORM 1.2 packages in the platform as well. Packages over 100 megabytes will require support to temporarily increase the limit. So when you buy the e-learning module, it is an additional module within the platform. You do get extra storage with this, so it doesn't come out of your standard storage allowance. More storage is given for that. So if you do create a large package, we can upload that. We'll just need to increase that limit temporarily for you. Anything 100 meg or under, you can just upload through the platform without any support. Anything over that, just need a support ticket in to increase that. Packages should pass across the score and completion states of the delegate, so that will then pass that information back into the platform and update that within the platform. And it should also include the success status, which is available in 2004. There's a great link here which gives way more information. That's just the basics of kind of what it needs, what it looks like. I'll pop this link in the chat at the end for you to take away. But it's a really helpful page. It gives you way more information, goes into more detailing, and will really help you get started with e-learning if you're new to it. So that's the kind of the basics of how of what we offer. We'll jump into the platform now and actually see how it works in a real life situation within one of your platforms. So we'll just use a test platform that we've got. So this is where we just use for demos, things like this. So the first place that you're going to go when you set up a new e-learning package is in the top right here. We've got the profile option and it sits in with the administration. And if you scroll down, when you've got e-learning on your platform, you'll see e-learning packages then comes up. If we click into that, this is where all our e-learning packages live. So you can see we've got all different types here, loads of different test packages. Where it's create gives you more information. Simply to add one in, you click add e-learning package. And then it'll ask you for some more information about the package into where you'll upload it. So it'll ask you for the title. So what's it called? The training provider. So if you're a multi-training provider, who does it sit under? And then the posted files. This is where you'd upload your SCORM file. You then literally click save and close, and that adds your e-learning package into the platform. It's as easy as that. When that's done, on the left-hand side for managing these courses more, you under the courses tab will then have another option for e-learning that will appear when it's active. Clicking into that, you can then see a list of all those packages that we've uploaded. You can open things up like the e-learning package ID, the start date when it expires. So this is everything that basically a delegate can book onto. So the expiry date basically is if you don't want delegates, if it's only a 2023 course, you could put that to expire at the end of 2023 and then have a new course that will then run from the 1st of January 2024 and expire at the end of 2024, for example. So you can have these advertised on your website for delegates to book onto. So you can use booking links. If you click copy the booking link, that will then, you can link that on your website and that will add it straight to the basket. Here you can see, click bookings. This will show you everyone that has booked onto the course. And then you can also right click again and click delegates. This will show you a list of delegates that have been added to that course. Any invoices referenced, when the different statuses, the name, the username, what account they're under. They give you all that information in here. You can also add e-learning delegates here if you wanted to manually. And then finally, as well, if you're booking it on for someone, you can click add to basket. And then when it's in your basket, you just go through the normal process. So in the basket or the checkout, it looks exactly the same as any other course. So you can change all your icons. It looks exactly the same, and it follows exactly the same process as booking a course that's in person or on the web. The only difference is this gives you something different at the end. So you'll make your booking as normal, and instead of obviously attending the course, the delegate then will either you can set it up to have an email with the workflow engine. So as soon as they've made that booking, we can send an email to your delegates and your bookers, letting them know they're booked onto the course with the link to then start that e-learning. It also appears if you use the portal in the portal too. So this is one of our this is what our test portal looks like, just shown here for the logo. So these are all the e-learning that I'm booked onto. So then you can literally click play. That will open up in a new window like this, and this will then start your SCORM package playing. You can see then the status was changed from not started to in progress. And then they can pick that up, and then it will obviously show completed when they've completed that. The reason for this button here not working, wanted to highlight this. There's no play button here for this course. That's because the expiry date is either in the past or is basically in the past, so it's no longer able to be played. That's obviously for like those situations where the course may be valid just for a certain period of time, if it's regulation specified, or if it's a certain course has to be completed within a certain time. You can change that by changing the expiry date in the platform, and then it will appear a play button for them to go along with and start that course. But otherwise it won't show. And then yes, it will just so each delegate then if we go back into the platform to the admin side, we can have a look here. We'll have this accessplanit quiz, and if we go into delegates, we can see here. This is the list of our delegates as I mentioned before. So you can see here Sarah. She's completed and passed that course. So this is what will pass through from if you build a SCORM package like that. It will pass this information through, and then based on this, you can use to email delegates out, delegate create certificates, possibly whatever you want to do with that information. You can also do it to you can also use eLearning to have it where you've got to have an awarded award. So you've got to have a certain qualification already, attended a certain course, or met a certain criteria to attend some of these courses. So if it's like a progression thing, a sessional course, for example, and they can only do this after they've done 2 other courses, you can set it up that way too. So it's very flexible, similar to other courses like class and web courses. You can still do that with the e-learning too. So yeah, this all sits within the platform. It's really easy to set up, and for self-serve is great. You can, if we right click and edit a delegate, we can just show you some more of the options. So you can see here the status that pulls through from the course. You can also manually update these if you want to, but obviously it's easy if the SCORM package pulls it through. And then the package start date and the expiry date. So this is what I was talking about with the expiry date here, is that this package, if Sarah tried to log into this and she hadn't done it, this wouldn't let her because it's got 2019 expiry date. You can either leave it blank, and then that will never expire, so you can just do it whenever, or you can set it for a certain date, and then that's when the play button will appear for them. The allow start is important too. We need to make sure that is ticked. You can set that up in the advanced settings to allow start for delegates. If that's not ticked, then the play button also won't appear, but that should be set as standard when you set up a new e-learning package. And then that's just the information that pulls through excuse me, from the package that we set up as a course template. So you do have to set it up as a course template initially, and then it just pulls down. So that's kind of a whistle-top tour of e-learning. It's quite a nice, simple one, really. It's quite powerful. So if you want to, offer e-learning as an option, and you do it within SCORM, we can do it within the platform. If you want any more help getting this set up, please just send us an email at customersuccess@accessplanit.com, and one of us will pick it up for you. I'm just going to grab the link as well for you all and pop that in the chat, which will hopefully give you a bit more information from what we spoke about earlier and go into a bit more detail. So I'll pop that in the chat for you all now. So this will just go into more detail about the e-learning packages, how it works and how you get it set up. We did a kind of brief tour earlier, but there's a lot more to go into and take into consideration. But actually getting it set up is really easy if you've got it in SCORM. We'd also recommend using the SCORM test track. That way you can see if the package is working as expected. That'll give you any feedback on if it's in the correct format, if it's working as expected, before uploading it into the platform. And that way you can, before you upload it, any errors come up before you put it out to your delegates, you can see it's working totally as expected. So that's something to take into consideration too. So that's it for today. As I say, it's a bit of a shorter one just because there's not as much to cover. But e-learning is a popular topic, so hopefully you've learned something today. As I say, if you would like to discuss this more with us, if you already used the module, if you'd like to have a quote of how much this would be for your platform, I'll pop the email address in the chat as well for you. Pop us an email there, and one of us will get back to you. I'll stick around for a few minutes if anyone's got any questions. Otherwise, thanks very much, everyone, and have a good day. And we'll see you next month for the next webinar.